Alright, we are recording again, continuing in Dying Light, specifically the Hellraid expansion DLC thing. The Platinum Edition key was provided by Techland, the original review key was provided by NVIDIA, and I just realized before I started recording this, I should have gotten the drink of water that I want to have. So just a moment. Oh, that's better. And also, let me quickly... Okay, so if you notice a line that's kind of weird along the bottom of the video here, that's because when Alt-tabbed, the game window goes, well, to a window instead of being full screen. And that shrinks it a little bit, so you're seeing the thumbnail behind. That's what that... I noticed that earlier, but I just wasn't sure exactly what it was. And that would have been there for many previous recordings. Timer going? And I did make the note about how this thus far has been kinda boring. And I explained that, part of it is just, it's like, all you can do is you can just fight enemies by bashing their heads, and with your weapons. The weapons themselves don't have, much progression, much advancement. You can't upgrade them. They're common enough that the lack of repairability is meaningless. What else? There's more than that, I'm sure, but it's... Oh yeah, also, I don't feel the story. I didn't make that note, because I kind of forgot. I didn't think of that. But, yeah, I mean, it's... That is also part of it. Why am I... Hey? That must be like two-handed or something. I'll still place that. That's why it kept not letting me do anything with it. So the gut splitters are better than the foul blade. There really should be a way to sort, by the way. It's quite annoying having to do it by hand. There. There. Oh no, that is one-handed. It's just really damn powerful. Wow. No, actually, let me just... Well, I shouldn't do it blindly. this up. More enemies will come from there. Also, enemies will come from there, so I definitely want to move. That. Oh, jeez, I'm gonna die. That sucked. That he was basically hidden. Actually, I think I want to engage you two a little. Oh, really? It's not a med kit, it's a health potion. What the heck? I did not hit for that twice. I was really expecting it to do something there. It is spooky. I will grant it that. Spooky does not good game make. Even a horror game. You do need better than just spooky. For that. I'm just trying to think, what's a good example of a spooky game that's really not that fun, not that good. Well, this is pleasant. You.
The second stone grows nearer.
Okay. Now I know where I am, because I got very turned. Come on, come on. There you go. Finally figuring out to stand up. Thank you. Son of a bitch. I'm sorry, the lack of light is such a problem. And it's so annoying because it's like it's not a problem in the base game or the following because you have a flashlight. And I get it, there's no flashlights here, but it's like give me a torch or just have better lighting. Don't put the player through this. Actually, let me... This is two-handed. Okay. Yeah, let me get rid of that. I don't like seeing that the summoning thing is still open. Should be able to get a fun screenshot here.
Yeah!
Yep, and that's why I hate them. Ow, get up, come on. Only need the one of those. Alright. This is bad. No, seriously, it is bad, because they're still there. It means that there's still the potential for more to spawn, or whatever. Oh. This. Holy shit. You know what something this game would benefit some from is a lunge. For that. And I'm serious, it just... You can dodge back into the sides, and you can charge up an attack, but you can't charge up an attack and then lunge in to deliver it. And that's, you know, true for the base game. I can't really think of any game that really affords you a lunge. And as somebody who fenced for 3 years, not necessarily well, but I did fence for 3 years, it's like a lunge is very important. I also had one of the longest lunges on the team, so not that I necessarily made good use of it, but yeah, it's one of the drills that we would have would be to you can basically just lunge repeatedly as far as you can. You just go down, turn around, come back, and all that. Yeah, I would like go on average like 50% further than anyone else once in like in the time it took them to get all the way to the end, I would have gone to the end, turn around, and come back halfway by that. It helps when you're tall and for whatever reason are comfortable with or just able to push off with enough force to really move yourself forward. And one thing is I can also push off with my ankles, which it does sound a little weird, but is a thing. Like for me, the strength of the lunge was not just like in the thigh pushing off, it was also in the ankle, which, because I would also extend the ankle, would give me about an extra foot just on that. So you add in the force that I'm applying with the ankle as well, pushing off, and it's, you know, I was easily able to out lunge anyone on the team. Including people that were my same height, but I mean, it was not just a height advantage. Because I also feel like pointing that out because there's some people that think that, oh, because you're 6'4", that's why you can also walk really fast. It's like, no, I in high school knew a guy who was actually, I think, a little bit taller than me. Not by much. His legs were longer than mine by a small bit. But he walked, you know, same speed as everyone else, and I easily outpaced him. No, it's just a matter of training. If you want to walk faster, you will ultimately get yourself to walking faster. Indeed, that's how I started. Part of a physical education course, we had to go a mile or however, like every day. It's like how it started. And believe it or not, I was actually lazy-ish. That's why I started walking so fast. That may sound weird, but it does make sense. Because I didn't want to jog the mile. I didn't want to run the mile, I wanted to be able to walk the mile. So I just made myself walk faster so that I could walk the mile in that much time, and ultimately I would walk the mile in 15 minutes. I mean, I'm probably not that fast anymore just because I haven't had the need to walk fast for quite a while. But yeah, my normal walking speed was about 4 miles an hour. So a 15-minute mile. Whereas I think the average walking speed is more like 2 or 3 miles per hour. It was just because I made myself do that. And that was probably over the course of like 2-3 weeks. Now true, that was early high school. So you like 15, 16? Man, that was a while ago, wasn't it? But it, yeah, I guess I maybe should have kept that. Whatever. So, like, in today, if I wanted to do that, it would probably take me, it might take me a little bit longer to train myself back to that, but I'm sure I could do that. And I'm sure you can too if you want. And just, where there's a will, there's a way, kind of thing.
In the treasure vault lies more than mere riches. Find me.
Have some time. Yep. Oh, that figures. Is a thing. Come on, I literally just had it in my... Where did it go? Oh, that sucks. You can't use that strategy anymore. Okay, I can again. So where am I? I'm not sure, but I think this is like what I can gain access to. Like outside, like I'd be able to purchase or something. Oh, it's right there. Put it down. There we go. Yeah, I didn't think I cleared that. I got near it and then things started. Going back a bit to talk about the fencing. One thing I do remember is footwork is very important. Not so much like, you know, oh, you're always doing it right or whatever. But if you can control your distance, your position relative to your opponent, that's how you can basically guarantee you will never be touched, never be hit. Like, you can have somebody who is fair at the blade work, but is an expert at footwork, that will never lose. It's like that, but you can have somebody who's an expert at blade work, but is lousy at footwork, and will lose. And it's because if you can't control your distance properly, it doesn't matter how good you are at, like, getting your blade where you want it to touch. Because if you're at the wrong range, you're not going to get it there. Which is part of the reason why it would be interesting to see that incorporated into a game. But then also, to be fair, I, you know, don't necessarily care for some of the games that do actually have that. Have such consideration. The, Absolver, that's it. And the same company is making Slowcat? Is that the name? I don't remember now. Come on. I mean, I can appreciate that, in the different details of that combat in a game like Absolver, and potentially also Sifu when that comes out. But it's just, it doesn't mean it's, you know, my kind of game. Let's see. Oh, and by the way, for anyone wondering, was I good at footwork? No. Also wasn't really that good at blade work. I was fair enough that, like, I could score, I could win, but, not necessarily that often. Or that easily, so, yeah. But it's still, you know, it's like I was helpful on the team. Because sometimes you just need somebody to be able to fence so that, you know, bouts, the way that would go is hang on, I'm kind of distracted. Okay, so normally for a meet, something like that, it would be so it's teams or squads. It would be 3, yeah, 3 matches normally, and you would have 3 on the squad. So it'd be 3 that would go 1-on-1. Although I'm trying to remember if we also always had, because I know there were at least some instances where it yeah, you would it would be a total of 9. So that way all 3 on both teams would face each other. Well, if you only have 1 person on the squad, then that's a guaranteed loss for your team, because you can't possibly, if it's 1v3, because then that 1 can only ever get a total of like the 15 touches there, whereas the other team can get 45. Yeah, it's been a while since I had to worry about the scoring. I'm sorry, but it is basically, well, yeah, it's best of 3. If you only have 1 person playing, you can only have that 1 victory against them. They can have, well, they would by default have more victories against you, because not being able to face someone you lose is like a forfeit then. So by just having somebody else who's not necessarily that good, hello, that'd be me, but just by having me there, it made it possible that, man, I wish I could remember how the scoring worked. I guess one way to put it is, think of it as if all the scoring were just based on the number of touches, the number of points you got. That was the timer going off. With only 1 fencer on a team, they can get at most 15. That's if they win each match. But the other side, would have 45. Assuming they all win, which even if they didn't, that would still only pull it down in 15, so it'd be 15 to 30. There'd be no way for the one side to win, whereas you have just 1 other person there, even scoring a half that, 8 points, that can still be a victory. Okay, I think I actually can stop here comfortably to get the next video set up. Yeah, I do wish I could remember the scoring better, but yeah, it's being good enough was still a very good thing. Good enough to be there and not be a waste of space. But also in part I was being, just taking up space. Hey, I enjoyed it. It was all fun. Fencing is a fun sport. Anyway, see you next time.